You're watching Global Toronto. This is Global News at 11.
The two sides in the Ontario Colleges labor dispute have walked away from the negotiating table yet again.
Sean O'Shea reports on what's holding up a potential deal and what could come next.
We need to end this strike right now, and we need to get faculty and students back in the classroom.
We've thrown in the kitchen sink, for lack of a better word, to get this deal, to get our faculty and students back in the classroom. So at some point, this is where the rubber meets the road.
Negotiators for Ontario colleges say they've had it.
What do we want?
With a strike beginning its fourth week now, management is taking the unusual step of forcing a vote on its latest offer without the union's consent.
We've tried bargaining at the table. We've made significant moves. We've addressed their issues. At some point, you've got to let the employees give them the chance to decide.
College negotiators have asked the union to let faculty return to work right now while a vote is organized. But the union says it's shocked by the tactic.
They could be back at the table with us now, and we can have something ironed out. That's what's really maddening about this is we thought we were going somewhere. We felt we were close.
The union's negotiators say the move today came out of the blue. The two sides returned to the bargaining table November 2nd. But after just a few days face-to-face, management is now invoking its right to force a vote. Asked about more bargaining, the college's chief negotiator put it this way.
We'd be eager for the union to come back and accept our offer.
This fight is for the long haul.
The union has no plans to stop the picketing or to suspend the strike pending a vote. And as for any concerns that the faculty will accept the management offer and effectively vote against its union,
if they want to bring it to our members, they can bring it, because it's our view that our members will absolutely not accept what they have on the table.
Sean O'Shea, Global News.
Tonight on City News. I'm Roger Peterson, and George Brown College behind me, and of course all the other colleges in the province shut down because of a now 3-week-old strike. Is there an end in sight, or is there an end to the semester in sight? I'll have the answer coming up.
We don't see this passing at all.
So what does that mean to the students?
Unfortunately, it means the students are out longer.
We need to end this strike right now, and we need to get faculty and students back in the classroom. So it's now time to hear directly from our faculty.
Good evening. Well, the already fractious 3-week-old strike at Ontario colleges is getting a little nastier. A new round of talks that started only on Thursday have broken down. They broke down today. And the colleges are calling on the Labour Board to order a vote on their most recent offer by union members.
So why don't we have a deal? To put it bluntly, OPSEU simply wouldn't agree. And we really don't understand why.
Strong words from Sonia Delmissier, the head of bargaining for the College Employer Council, which represents Ontario's colleges.
We made significant moves to address all of their issues. All of the key priorities have been resolved. That offer should have been accepted.
Not so, says Kevin McKay of OPSEU, the union representing faculty.
A huge outstanding issue is still faculty academic freedom, which is the ability for us to actually make decisions in the classroom. And they've literally said over their dead bodies for something that every other post-secondary system has.
Now, that was one of the main reasons the 12,000 college instructors, counselors, and librarians walked off the job October 16th. Job security was another concern for the union. It wants a 50-50 split between full and part-time positions. The council, though, again reiterating that its offer addresses all those concerns. It says as well it includes enhanced full-time employment opportunities and rights for contract employees, a pay increase of 7.75% over 4 years, and better job security and academic freedom. Delmissier says it is now time for faculty to decide, not the union.
We've attempted to settle at the bargaining table. We're now going into week 4 of a strike. All of the issues that were tabled by the union, we have addressed.
If the final offer vote fails, which it will, what they will have done is extend the strike longer, jeopardize student semester, and we'll be right back at the table the next day saying let's actually just get a deal.
Students first! Students first! Students first!
McKay feels the province needs to step in to resolve this, or the year could end up a write-off for many of the 500,000 students affected by the walkout.
It's sad that it seems like it'll take the province to intervene. It'll take someone to intervene because it doesn't seem that this party is willing to. They're willing to dynamite an entire semester over from our perspective, nothing.
Now, if the Labor Board approves the vote, it could take 5 to 10 days to get ready. Voting would take place on campuses, and a 50% plus one would be needed to approve the offer.
This is CBC Toronto News.
Good evening, I'm Mike Wise. The future of the job action at Ontario colleges now rests with the province's Labour Relations Board. The College Employers Council has asked it to hold a vote on its latest offer after negotiations with OPSEU appear to have broken off today.
We had literally one no-cost item left on the table to negotiate, and that was the ability for faculty to make decisions in their classrooms on a day-to-day basis. It was the academic freedom piece. Rather than finish those negotiations, Council has, dropped a bomb in the process.
Rallies in the past month in order to put pressure on both sides, but that hasn't worked. There is no word yet if the Labour Relations Board will put the deal to striking members. It could take anywhere from 5 to 10 days to organize that vote. In the meantime, the college's employer council wanted the union to suspend the labor disruption and resume classes, but OPSEU says it has no plans to do that. Now, with the strike now entering its 4th week, many students are concerned about what effect the strike may have on their educations. Many programs require students to do a certain amount of practical work. Tonight, we're learning just how far some students are going to get that work done. Our Greg Ross joins us in studio. So, Greg, you caught up with some Centennial College students studying to be paramedics who are doing what they can to try to stay sharp during the strike.
That's right, Mike. Yeah, they may not have instructors, but their classrooms are still full. Students are showing up to their labs, and they're working together running drills. One group will create an emergency scenario, and another will come in and try and work through that problem. We caught up with a few students doing just that tonight.
I'm looking at my environment. It seems to be clear. There's no...
Right now our lab is open, and that gives us the opportunity to just practice, go over our protocols, our drills, just to solidify our skills.
It's important for you guys to make sure you keep those skills up, because you could definitely lose some ground in this course if you don't.
Yeah, that's definitely true, especially for the fact that there are lives on the line with this profession. So it's important that we come in on our free time and practice as much as we can.
What's the difference between what you're doing right now and what you would be doing if you actually had an instructor in class with you?
Well, with instructors, we'd have new material every week, and we'd then be able to incorporate that with our practice sessions.
He has a patent airway. He is having a little bit of trouble breathing.
Do you start to get a little worried, thinking, we got to keep our skills up, but how much longer can we go before we're going to need that new material?
Yeah, that is something that is at the back of my mind, and it is concerning me. That is the feedback we need. We need professional feedback. Now, Rafe, do you have any allergies?
We just keep practicing the same thing over and over again, and we really want to learn new things.
As second-year students, are you taking it upon yourself to work with the first-year students who aren't at the level you guys are right now?
Yeah, so we have a mentor program, and we're each assigned around 4 mentees.
Yeah, it's always been part of the program where the second years try to watch over the first years, not teach them new content per se, but make sure they don't stray far too off the guidelines.
The students tell me that their instructors have assured them that they will do everything they can to make sure that they don't miss an entire semester, regardless of how long this strike lasts. But at this point, the students say that they're in the dark as far as how this is, what's going to happen when this finally does end. They don't know if they're going to be able to complete this semester before Christmas, or if it's going to continue into next year. And at this point, they're not confident that they're going to graduate on time, especially, Mike, if this strike continues.
Okay, Greg, thank you. Now, there's one thing I do need to note in terms of full disclosure on this story. I also teach journalism part-time at Humber College.
CTV News.
Could the entire first semester be in jeopardy for 500,000 Ontario college students? The clock is ticking and talks are going nowhere. CTV's John Musselman has the latest on the bitter labor dispute.
George Brown College student Daniel Krakauer says students definitely feel caught in the middle of this labor dispute. No real voice and no power to get this settled.
Now, if it gets to the point where we don't get back on track and it actually affects the semester, or we have to redo our semester, that's a different scenario.
Because if we lose the semester, or if they drag it long, it's going to affect our entire life.
500,000 students have been shut out of class since October 16th. The College Employers Council says it's come as far as it can at the bargaining bargaining table. It wants the faculty to vote directly on the latest offer.
We're asking OPSEU to suspend the strike, let the faculty and students come back to the classroom, allow the colleges to be used as balloting locations for the vote.
At the end of the day, as I stated before, we're going into week 4. We've tried bargaining at the table. We've made significant moves. We've addressed their issues. At some point, you've got to let the employees give them the chance to decide.
The union claims the college bargaining team is trying to make an end run around the union bargaining committee.
We don't understand why this is happening. We're committed to stay here. We're still here. We want to bargain. We thought we were close. This is going to disrupt the students' semester greatly.
My God, have a look at the ratio of administrators to instructors. The administrators, there are no part-time positions there. They're all solidly, quote, full-time.
The strike is now in its 4th week. Faculty are seeking greater job security and more full-time positions. John Musselman, CTV News.